are back in Southern California. The sun is going down as we speak, and we've got the Z06 Corvette sitting outside for these amazing sunset shots. Look how good it looks with all the wrapping pulled off. I mean, it's all detailed up. Look how clean it looks, especially with the front centerpiece removed for maximum airflow on the front end of the Z06. Now, we are taking it to the track ASAP. That's why we're getting it PPF'd here at Elite Finish, and we have more work to do with it. But that being said, I was given a pretty interesting idea to do with this vehicle, and I was really wondering this because going to the track a lot, we face an issue with something called the sound dB of a car. Certain tracks like Laguna Seca are decibel restricted, let's say, to anything above, I'd say 92 dB for an average track day, and then a maximum of 105 dB for a loud track day. So it gets me wondering, how loud is this flat plane crank truly? Because we all know it's loud, and I can only share with you how loud it gets through video with cameras, but there's only one real universal way I can actually explain to you how loud it is, and that's by using a sound decibel meter, a reader, to find out. So that's what we're gonna do today, and I've got it warming up right now as we speak before we finally find out how loud it really is. A few years back, I actually did run this test with the Shelby GT350R and the Lamborghini Huracan, even the GT500 Super Snake. I'm extremely excited to finally find out and share with all of you how loud this flat plane crank American supercar really is. It's wild. It's right now sitting in loud mode, just getting the engine warmed up, and it should be getting a temp pretty soon. But the thing about it though is that having these massive intakes on the sides, this thing stays cool. And I mean, it'll stay cool much more than your average exotic track car would. I mean, the temps on this, I actually see them 20 degrees lower than the usual track car. So that shows you how serious Chevrolet is about the cooling of this vehicle. They do not want to have any issues with owners they can take into the racetrack and having the car go into limp mode. I don't think we'll have that issue whatsoever with the Z06. But yeah, it looks sinister. It looks mean with the sun going down. Let me go ahead and get it more warmed up, and let's do this test. And remember, don't ever rev your car close to redline without being properly warmed up and to temperature. Because if you don't follow protocol, bad things can happen. These things, you gotta treat them very, very well. I treat my cars like they're human beings, you know, so I have a lot of care for them. So that's why I'm spending an extra long time making sure everything is up to temp, everything's good for the few revs that we're gonna do. And this should answer that question, maybe, of, well, do you need to straight pipe this vehicle or make it louder? Well, let's find out. What do you think, straight pipe it or what?
It's the best sounding OEM exhaust I've ever heard.
The best sounding one, you think?
Like, you hear the cold starts on it and you go, that's stock? Like, there's no way. And I mean, I hear you when you pull out of here and do the little pull with Kevin and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I have to use a special microphone for this test because this car is so loud, you're gonna hear the real audio.
That read? 118? More.
Still 118.
118.3.
Wow. Are you sacrificing yourself, Kevin?
I mean, it's not a bad sound to sacrifice. It sounds amazing. All right. 107. Valves open. That's when you know a car's loud, is when you feel that pressure of your eardrums pushed in.
And well, now you know, as I've shown you how much it dynos, as I've shown you how much it weighs, and what it's like 3,000 miles across the country. Now you know how loud it really is. Basically, 118 dB from standing right over there on that dirt, and 120 plus dB, 124 I think it was, an inch or two from the exhaust. It is extremely loud. I think this car actually might be louder when it's under load, the engine and everything is actually moving. I think like on track, it's gonna sound even louder. Some cars, when they're moving and everything's actually functioning like it should be in motion, they get even louder. This produces a really interesting intake noise that I noticed after watching the footage of us going down the half mile. It's really wild hearing it. The intake noise, it reminds me of like the 720S. It's like a high whistle, like going down the half mile of like a jet. This thing is insane. I don't know if you really need to straight pipe it or put a custom exhaust on it. So let me know in the comment section down below, should you invest in making it even louder than it is now? I don't know how this is a Chevy. This has got the formula of a Lamborghini Huracan or all the exotics on the market, but then it's spiced up. But look at the intakes, look at the radiators, the massive brakes, the aerodynamics. This just screams race car, doesn't it? And hearing it, I'm so happy that America is able to achieve something like this. So like, there's really no need, I don't think, to upgrade the exhaust, but please let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? Would it be worthwhile to try to make it even louder? You could, I bet you really could do it, but is it gonna be worth it in the end of the day? That's why I really wanna get all of your thoughts and impressions down below. This is very distinctive, and I think this car is going to go down in the history books as just one of the most incredible American cars ever made. When you look at the Ford GT formula, mid-engine supercar that's exotic, this fits the mold, doesn't it? All the check boxes are checked. Anyways, let me pull us back inside so they can finish working on the PPF so we can get it ready for our track days coming up. I just had to do an insane exhaust revving video because we haven't quite done one yet, and this baby's all broken in, so I can do this all I want, and it's fully ready to go.
God, you hear the rocks on the tires.
Okay, so here we have the Z06 parked inside next to the Type S Acura, and then the Huracan Evo, brand new. These are brand new cars, right? 2022. Look at this angle right here of the front ends. Look at the wheels of the Z06. Gigantic 20-inch carbon exposed wheels, massive carbon strike brakes and calipers. It's really interesting because looking at these exotic cars that cost $250,000, and this, I can't find really one thing that it's missing. Can you please let me know? What is this car missing that the exotics over here to my left have that this doesn't? This has got more aero on the front end, more downforce. It's got the super down low swooping front hood that you can't see while driving except for the big haunches. It's got the track tires, the more track focused tires, the bigger wheels are carbon, the bigger brakes it looks like than the other vehicles here. I can't find a single thing that the Z06 is actually missing. So please let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts of the Z06 finally next to exotic supercars like these around me? These are fantastic cars. The Evo, again, based basically off the Performante. Big fan of all these cars, especially the Type S. This thing is a beast. So what do you got there, Kevin?
This is the Aventador. So I was guessing, and I looked it up. The Aventador SVJ has a very similar design motif on the quarter panel and door kind of area. It's got that kind of boomerang look to it. It's not an exact, but it does. It kind of references it a little bit, which is not a bad thing.
To wrap it all up, then I think this has got the formula or the elements that made the Ford GT what it was. You know, even like the 0506 made it special.
Yeah,
the new Ford GT.
It's got an engine that makes, you know, it sings, it pulls on your heartstrings a bit. It's just, it feels special, and it's got an aggressive look. It's definitely got the performance of an exotic car, and it punches way above its price point. Is this an expensive car? No doubt.
Yeah, no.
But it's
no doubt.
But it's tremendously more capable than its price point. Z06, even at the price point that it's at, is punching way above its weight.
Well, you know what? We're gonna test it out. This guy against the competitors. I'm not sure if I'll ever see a Type S on the track, but definitely I'll be testing against the Huracan in them. So
I'm really
we
curious
shall
how it is
see, man.
against, 600 LT and this are there. I'm sure they're different driving experiences with being turbocharged and stuff, but I wonder what track times are like on this.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, man.
I'm very excited.
Thank you again for all the work.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna get the whole thing protected and ready
Yeah,
to
I think
take on the
we'll do
enemies.
full PPF.
It's gonna be crazy.
Especially if you're taking it to the track and stuff. It just makes sense. But I'm very excited. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Well, we're gonna go out together, do a like a reaction bit maybe.
I cannot wait to get on track in this thing. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay, well that's it for this update video. I did it. I answered your questions on how loud it really is. So I think at Laguna Seca we should be fine, but we're gonna find out ASAP. And I think other tracks we should be fine as well. It's not like too loud that we'll be kicked off. I don't think, because Laguna you can't be 105 from like. I forgot how far away it is, but it's like off the track, like the road, then there's dirt, and then there's the sound booth. So let me know if you're very familiar with where the sound booth is at Laguna. Do you think it'll pass, knowing that it's 118 from a few feet behind? Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, it's helping me out, and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. Should we do an exhaust on it, straight pipe it? Let me know in the comment section down below. See ya.